JoJo has fun. I feel like there were some things at the end of yesterday that we needed to kind of establish.
Okay. We don't have useful weapons.
We don't have useful weapons. We have seeds, shelter, electronics, and dome bats in abundance. We have a scarcity of useful weapons, medical oxygen. Oh, you know what? We have a scarcity of is electricity.
Oh. Oh, yeah. I'm ready.
Welcome back to Knott's Allentown. JoJo Has Fun, the Quiet Year editions. The channel is going to be just this now. Just us playing games like the Quiet Year.
Yep, we've discussed it.
Love it. I love it so much. Okay. I believe it was your turn.
I roll to pick a card.
You pick a card.
Okay,
Any
cool.
card. 7 of Spring.
Oh.
Where does everyone sleep? Who is unhappy with this arrangement and why? Or what natural predators roam this area? Are you safe?
I'm going to go with natural predators because I think we kind of covered the sleeping situation.
What are you thinking?
Well, I'm just thinking that like the dome situation, inequality of the people on top versus, with the nice views versus the people beneath. But I'm thinking that I should discuss the major problem that they have in town, which is feral dogs. I'm
going to just go out and say it. We have an abundance of feral dogs.
Yeah, we do. And they hang out weirdly by this field.
I mean, there might be feral dogs about, but are we safe from the feral dogs?
Not if you go near this field.
I hope everyone saw the first episode, but if you didn't, we're playing The Quiet Year by Avery Alder, a wonderful, beautiful game about map making. You're making very small lines again.
Well, they're very thin dogs.
There's a bunch of dogs now in our town. They're very scary. So now we got feral dogs and dome bats.
Here's the slightly bigger. Rawr. Okay, there you go.
So that's a dog, huh?
Yeah, obviously.
You know what? I'm a jerk for asking. Let me tick down all of our stuff. And now you can discover something, hold a discussion, or start a project.
Okay, I'm going to discover.
What are you going to discover, Kim?
Another road, an exit off of the highway. So here's the exit off the highway, right down here. And it goes like this. And all we know is that it goes down here. So there is more highway to be had.
Just when you thought you had enough highway?
Yeah. No, it's almost like life is a highway.
Yeah, and I want to ride it.
Ew. I'm sorry. I know that those are the lyrics, but it's a weird thing to say.
It's a gross thing to say. No, for sure. For sure. It's not cool. Mm-hmm. Give me a number, 1 or 2.
2. Because for poopy.
A charismatic young girl convinces many to help her with an elaborate scheme. What is it? Who joins her endeavors to start a project to reflect? Or a charismatic young girl tries to tempt many into sinful or dangerous behavior. Why does she do this? How does the community respond?
Aw, dip.
I kind of want to do dangerous or sinful behavior. And I think what she does is this girl is she's very brave. I think that's the thing about her that everyone kind of notices. She's very, very brave. She was the one who led the charge into the dome. She was the one who led the exploration of the boot factory. She's very brave, and I think she's gotten so fucking brave that she's just that disquieting legend about this archway. She's like, fuck that. And so she leads. All the charismatic girls look like this. She and a bunch of like the youths.
Yeah.
Or like the younger people, like 18, 19, like the
yeah. Do any of them have one of those little beanie caps with a propeller?
This one does.
Okay.
She leads them to the archway.
Dip.
Where she flips it off.
Oh.
And but the reason why is she's like fuck you, archway. I'm not afraid of you. The community is like not happy about this. Definitely some people are like, oh, kids are being kids. But I think some of the old timers, they're like, she definitely gets a talking to from her family unit.
Yeah, she's taking it too far.
Everyone gets pissed off. Like there's kind of a sentiment in the community like, this is fucked up, and now everyone's a little bit on edge.
Okay.
But her thing was they went to the archway and they were just like they walked into it and walked out of it and yelled at it, just got drunk by it. Like they did all the shit that you would
Very
imagine kids would do.
Of the magical archway.
This
that
very
makes
brave
disappear.
girl. And now all of our projects tick down. Man, that's gonna be an interesting one when we find out what the hell that does. Smart Lisa's tractors going, scientist man. Okay, and we can hold a discussion, start a project, or discover something new. I'm going to hold a discussion, and I'm going to ask a question. And the question is pretty obvious. It's going to be, what should we do with all those kids that went over to the archway?
I think that they will bring bad vibes to our community, and we already are, in a post-apocalypse situation. We should kick them out.
Seems extreme to me. All right, that's the end of my turn. Kim, congratulations. You now have the final card in spring.
Woohoo!
King of Spring.
That's what they call me.
A young boy starts digging in the ground and discovers something unexpected. What is it? Or an old man confesses to past crimes and atrocities. What has he done?
Oh, man.
Also, I want to just say, we kind of retconned that this was actually a shoe factory. I think I turned it into an electronics factory and you didn't stop me, and I do feel bad about that.
No, I didn't say it was I said it was abandoned boots factory.
Oh.
You said that it was boots electronics. That totally works, and it's fine.
Yeah.
Because it's not like you were like, no, they don't sell boots, they sell electronics. You're like, yeah, it is Boots Factory. It's Boots Electronics.
Name for the Boot family.
Right, the Boot family who also discovered the bog that's shaped like a boot. Okay, I'm going to say that there is a little boy, and his name is Lucan. And Lucan is hanging out by this highway exit here because he is afraid that they're going to kick him out because he went and
he's one of the tough
but
kids.
He's kind of on the younger side, and he was convinced to go along, and he didn't really think they were going to do anything, and he also feels it went way out of control. But anyway, he's like, I'm going to build, because he's a little bit younger, and he's like, I'm going to build myself a little house, so if I get kicked out, I can hide out here. And so he starts digging for his little house, right? And he finds water that starts spurting out of the ground.
Oh, like a geyser?
Yeah, like a geyser. He has struck liquid gold in the form of water. So good job, Lucan. You found water.
Is it constant?
It's now creating a little bit of a pond.
Oh.
Yeah, he's in it right now.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, so he actually, now there's this body of water on the other side of the highway that he has discovered. And he hasn't told anybody about it yet, but he's thinking that maybe it could help him if he needs leverage.
Interesting. Okay, good job, Lucan. Let's tick down our things. All right. Smart Lisa has completed her repairs of the tractor. And I think, just like with the dome, Smart Lisa figured out this tractor she needed extra time to kind of make sure the cup holders worked and stuff. This thing is now the Cadillac of giant thresher tractors, whatever big piece of farm equipment. And not only did she get it running and repair the problems with it, it's able to run with minimal fuel and stuff like that because of all the changes, because of all the electronics she used. And now I think she's gonna she can't wait to kind of use this thing to kind of take care of start tilling the earth. But she got it fixed.
Awesome. Good job, Smart Lisa.
And now it is your turn to discover something, hold a discussion, or start a project.
Now that Smart Lisa's done with her thresher, I think that she needs to start a project. She needs to build a solar bank.
Smart Lisa is very busy.
Well, we need electricity, and Lisa knows it.
Okay.
Oh, hey, remember that person that wandered around He's like, whatever happened to him? The guy that wandered over from the coal mining?
We don't know.
Yeah.
He's just kind of living with us, I guess.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, Smart Lisa needs, she has an abundance of electronics. She's gonna try to hook up electricity to the dome, so that they can open it. And so this is gonna be the solar farm here.
And Smart Lisa is going to be building this, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and then also there's going to be bicycles because you got to power it somehow. That's your backup power.
And how many weeks do you think this will take?
It's going to take 3 weeks.
Man, Lisa's a very busy lady.
Yeah, but I mean, she has everything she needs. It's not a super complicated thing.
Yeah, I think because of all the electronics we got.
Yeah. It's really just about, hooking it up.
Yeah.
And getting the bicycles.
For sure. It is now my turn, Kim. Those dog days of summer. Shit's gonna start getting wild.
Oh.
All right, first card of summer. A project finishes early. What led to the early completion? Or the weather is nice and people feel potential all around them. Start a new project. I think we know. Smart fucking Lisa finishes that solar battery.
Oh,
it's
sweet.
Done. She finished it.
Yay!
She thought it would take 3 weeks. She was wrong. So Kim, what happens with this solar power plant now that it's done?
Well, now that it's done, they can hook it up to the dome, and they can open the dome.
So the dome is now open. That's a big moment. I bet you the whole community comes together. How awesome that is.
Yeah, and they can finally get all that smell of bats out of there.
Yeah, and just to make it clear, that's what happened. I'm gonna get rid of all the bat lines. God, there was a lot of bat lines.
Well, we had an abundance of bats. Whatever happened to the rest of the bats? Where'd they go?
Oh, we still have a lot of bats. They're flying around causing trouble.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe they
s-
were in the Boots Electronics factory. I couldn't remember.
I'm going to say we now have an abundance of electricity, but I think for building the power plant and fixing the thresher, I think we're low on electronics now. I think whatever we got out of the Boots factory is probably pretty low.
Definitely. It took probably took pretty much all our electronics to build that solar.
But good news, Kim, also. The oxygen
thank God.
is done.
Oh my goodness, he almost couldn't make it.
Yeah.
He was really getting low.
On oxygen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, remember, because the old person, they need that oxygen. They had been smokers.
So what's the outcome of the oxygen project?
I can't remember what the scientist's name is, but he's very rotund, and he delivers the tanks of oxygen to the assisted living facility, and then they don't die.
So am I to understand that the people in the assisted living facility were they weren't living in the dome with us?
No, they were too sick. They couldn't get over there, and they couldn't risk using too much oxygen.
Do you feel we still have plenty of shelter space?
Yeah, there's only a couple of old people.
Okay.
But
Well,
as the community grows, it'll get older, and so.
not a lot of projects on this board, so I'm gonna start one.
All right.
Smart Lisa, she's a woman on a war path. She's gonna tame this wild land.
Good.
You know what she's gonna do? She's gonna take this fucking thresher that she built with her own 2 hands. She's gonna crack a cold one, and she's gonna tear this field up. And it's gonna take a week. She's gonna fuck this field up in 1 week using the big thresher.
Wow.
Just fucking reckless abandon.
All right.
It's gonna be amazing when it's done in a week. But okay, Kim, It's now your turn. You ready?
I'm ready.
6 of summer. Oh, this one is interesting.
Uh-oh.
Outsiders arrive in the area. Why are they a threat? How are they vulnerable? Or outsiders arrive in the area. How many? How are they greeted?
So remember our friend that we welcomed into the dome?
The burned man.
Bernard man, yeah. They found out that he survived. And the coal people, the mole coal people, have come out of the coal mine. And they are pissed. And they are at the base of the dome, and they are demanding that we give back their person because he needs to pay for what he did. And they're mad.
That's them
could
being
tell.
mad.
Yeah, those aren't smiley faces; those are frownies.
So are they a threat, or are they're just came by demanding them.
They're very threatening. They have sticks. Okay. This one has a frying pan. Because I didn't draw the stick very well.
Okay.
Looks like they have like banjos.
They're just going to try to get this guy.
Yeah. They show up and they're like, hey, give us back our person.
What? And if we don't?
Then they're going to
kill us?
They're gonna kidnap Smart Lisa.
Oh, fuck them.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what's fucked up is we don't have a lot of weapons.
Yeah. That's one of our scarcities.
Shit. Fuck. So the coal miners have come to take back this person who sought aid from us.
Right.
Fuck. In the meantime, our project ticks down.
Yay, good job, Smart Lisa.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll never let them take you.
So I'm just going to draw on the fallow field green to indicate that it's been tilled. Doesn't mean much. So here's what happened with tilling the field.
Okay.
The field was fallow because, and maybe this is why there were feral dogs around it. There were a lot of like things buried under this field.
Yeah.
And so the thresher like tore up the ground. We didn't give a fuck what was in there. Smart Lisa, she just fucking cranked.
Oh, it was a mean thresher.
She set it to pulse. It was like a blender, okay? Just every 10 yards, pulse. And what's interesting though is everything that was coming out of this field, there were skeletons, right? We couldn't identify what they were from or what they were.
Oh dear.
Some of them, maybe some were human. There were bodies in this field, that's why it was fallow, but we didn't know what they were. What we do know, though, is that the dirt and stuff, like all of the soil that we mixed up, super rich. Super good for growing.
Oh, definitely.
So we have an abundance now of like basically fertilizer.
Okay, so we got seeds, we got fertilizer.
Yeah, but I will say, and this is just to not make it too easy, I'm gonna say that Smart Lisa fucking wrecked the thresher as soon as she was done with it. She was like, "You've served your purpose, gentle beast," and now the thresher's wrecked. And I'm going to draw some smoke lines.
Oh wow. Well, she did a really good job, but like, yeah. So we're back to
to no thresher, but now we got fertilizer if we want to grow. And basically, like we're not limited to growing in this field. We can grow anywhere. Nice. If we want to grow something. So I think
well, cool. Like we could grow in the dome.
Yeah, we could grow
it does
in the dome.
Open. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the end of that project. And now, Kim, you can discover something, hold a discussion, or start a project.
All right. I would like to, this seems a little bit minor. The local, previously what they did, like technically they weren't a teacher, they worked at the school like as an administrator, but right. They've noticed that there's a lot of kids going around that like have nothing to do, and like literacy is deteriorating really, really quickly, and they're concerned about that. Okay. And so what this person would like to start is a book collection project where they will bring together the resources that they have in one place so that they can use it as a sort of library of knowledge.
Okay.
So they want to. We're going to build a community.
Are we going to loot the ruins to find these things? Or are we going to build?
Yeah, we have to loot the ruins and essentially make a community library from the ruins.
Okay. How long will this take?
It's going to take I would say that if they worked really hard at it, they could do it in 3 weeks.
Okay.
And I'd like it.
I'm gonna put the thing for it right next to the ruins because that makes sense. But I think you're gonna put the center closer to.
Well, yeah, I'd like the book barn as they call it, because it's red. It was the only color that
it was the only color building that didn't get rain in it.
Yeah, and so they're calling it the book barn. It's and actually it actually used to be a barn. There's a small book silo right next to it. That's where they sell that's where they have they have like a little cafe in there. It's going to be really cute when it's finished. So you'll have this little area there. Because I have a 3-year-old, I've gotten very good at drawing barns quickly and efficiently.
Makes sense. A project fails. Which one? Or something goes foul and supplies are ruined. Add a new scarcity. I don't want to ruin the book project.
I mean, sometimes those things happen.
I think we underestimated how much space we really had available in the dome. I think that as we started bringing in the elderly from the assisted living center, and just the people in the community like taking more space and also being unwilling to give up space once they've taken it, I think we've kind of run out of space in the dome. As wild as that sounds, we don't really know how big this dome is. We just know it was big enough to house the community until now. So I think we have a scarcity of shelter again.
Oh dear. Well, they can't have my book barn.
No, they can't. The book collection project ticks down. I think I'm going to start a project. I'm going to start a project to do something about these threatening outsiders from the coal mine.
Okay.
I don't know what that is yet. But it's going to take 2 weeks to do whatever we decide. But it's going to be something to get rid of these coal miners. I don't know what that's going to be.
Okay.
Okay. Kim, it's now your turn.
Okay. What do you got for me?
10 of summer. You discover a cache of supplies or resources. Add a new abundance. Or a scarcity has gone unaddressed for too long. Start a project to alleviate that scarcity.
Geez, I guess you kind of were doing it with the project. Yeah, we need weapons. And so we need to have a project to alleviate this weapon situation.
Okay.
We really can't make guns. It's not, and it is actually against Lisa's
Lisa knows
ethics.
how, she just doesn't want to.
Right, it's against her ethics. She refuses to make guns. So she wants to make swords because she feels if you were going to take a life that it needs to be personal.
Oh shit.
Lisa's
Okay.
she's got conviction.
All right. So how long is it going to take Lisa to make some fucking kick-ass samurai swords?
Well, I mean, it's not just going to be samurai swords. It'll be ridiculous. It'll be butcher knives. There'll be some machetes. It's also collecting from the community. So this project's going to take 2 weeks for her to, because she's got to smelt, things like that.
Okay.
You got to wait for the hardening. And a lot of it is just looting and finding resources, but it'll take 2 weeks. Here, I'm just gonna draw Lisa over here. Is she working on another project right now, or she's fine?
No, she's fine.
Okay, cool. So this is
I mean,
Lisa.
technically speaking, we're not supposed to make characters, but I think just the idea that there's one person in this community who's really smart.
Really,
we should. Kind of enchanting.
Yeah. Okay, so this is Lisa. She's got a crown on now because unrelated to the story, they did elect her.
We had
emperor.
elections.
Yeah, we had an election. They elected her Emperor Lisa. Okay, so anyway, Lisa's making some swords. It's gonna take, what did I say, 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
What,
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll put that down. And now you can discover something, start a project, or have a discussion.
Okay, I'm going to.
Summer has a very different vibe.
Yeah. Well, gosh, I guess. So the girl, the charismatic girl.
Yeah.
We haven't seen her in a couple of days.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. And they sent out a crew, and what they discovered close to the ruins was her hair scrunchie, which I will draw here, and nothing else. So she's still gone. They don't know where she is, but there is an abandoned hair scrunchie right.
What is
close,
it?
close
The vicinity of the archway.
It's very close. It's very close.
That's fucked up.
They don't even want to go close to the archway, but they see it it's about 10 feet away.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah, and so they see, because it's a really recognizable teal. She always wears teal,
She used to,
she
just
used
to make
to, right.
it clear.
And
I'm gonna
so,
just delete her little character here because we don't know where she is now.
So yeah, she was known for wearing teal, and they were looking around the archway. They didn't want to get very close, but then they recognized the color close to the archway, and they went over, and it's a hair tie.
Wow.
Yeah.
That disquieting legend seems a lot less like a legend. Okay. Well, it's now my turn. 2 of summer. Someone new arrives. Who? Why are they in distress? Or someone leaves a community. Who? What are they looking for? Someone's going to leave the community. It's going to be the charismatic girl's brother.
Okay.
His name is actually Pride. That's the name he goes by. His name is
okay.
Pride.
All right.
And Pride has decided to he has like a teal shirt.
Yeah, that's how you know.
I think maybe Smart Lisa gave him one of her earliest swords.
Yeah.
Pride is going to go and try to find his sister, knowing full well, like, I mean, she was by the archway, so it's a bad sign, but Pride is going to go and do that. And this is the symbol that Pride has gone on his little quest.
Okay.
So that's the thing. Like, he's out there doing whatever. So Kim, what is the outcome of the community finding books?
Okay, so the book barn. There's a lot of resentment in the community because all of the resources have been pooled, all of the educational resources have been pooled into one place, and they feel that it's elitist, and they don't like the people who go in there, and there starts to become a lot of tension around who is seen going in and out of the book barn because it means that they're learning. And there is a strong resistance to learning. They feel that they know enough, and the people that are trying to learn things are obviously trying to get ahead and cheat.
They're trying to get in charge.
Yeah, they're trying to they're like, exactly. So they think that the people who are reading are going to try to steal power from the people who aren't reading. And a lot of tension has started growing among the community members.
I think we're gonna put down a scarcity of peace. And we're about to get a bunch of weapons. Speaking of which, the discussion with these fellows has resolved. It's been another week. So I think these coal miners are. I mean, we can all speak the same language, so it's not like an issue of communication. But I think that we've reached an impasse with them. They are not willing to leave, and they are not willing. Like, they've started like picking fights and like hurting people. They haven't killed anybody, but they've been really rough, and they flat out refuse to leave, and they flat out refuse to accept anything less than us surrendering this person who came to us as like a refugee, basically.
Yeah.
And we refuse to part with him. Which
I think is strange because, like, I mean, come on, he's just one guy. What did he do? Maybe he's really bad.
That's the other thing. They don't tell us. They refuse to tell us. They're like, they're basically like, it's none of your business, outsiders. But out of principle, we're like, we're not going to let you just take this guy and do whatever to him because he came to us for help. So we are at a pretty frightful impasse. And I'm going to indicate that with this exclamation point and this question mark.
Okay.
And I'm going to start a project. I'm going to start a project to plant. So because of all our fertilizer and seeds, I'm going to start a project to start planting inside the dome.
That's a good idea. Summertime's a good time to plant.
Yeah, actually, it super is. I'm going to say that it's going to take 3 weeks to actually yield some results. Because, I mean, the dome, for what it is, it's still kind of like a smaller space. But like we have that open green area in the center. All right, Kim?
Honestly, Joe, I really should go because it's getting late on this side and I need to go to bed.
Oh, beans.
I know. I'm so, there's so much that I want to do. And Lisa is about to finish her weapons project.
I fucking cannot wait for that.
Also, there's like a lot of stuff that like I love is just chilling out, like the 17-foot tall Stuart Little statue.
That is absolutely fantastic. Yeah. I love it.
And we have a ton of alcohol that like we haven't needed. Ooh.
Well, we have the packy.
That would have been a good.
We've never looted the packy. We've never got in there. We just have one.
Yeah, I was thinking that would have been a really good. We could have made like just a bunch of like little bombs.
Oh shit!
But then we would have ruined the alcohol, and I think that there would have been a big fight about whether or not it was better to be used as weapons or drinking.
Yeah. Drinking.
Yeah.
It's a peaceful activity.
Yeah. And I have to admit that a lot of my motivation for leaving right now, even though I'm absolutely loving this, is I'm reading a spooky ghost story and I really need to get back to it.
This reminds you of it?
A little bit with the missing, like that's the motivation behind The Missing Girl is this spooky ghost story that I'm reading. It's Icelandic. It's just wonderful. But anyway, this is really super fun and we will continue it.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us on the second episode of The Quiet Year.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll figure out a better type of content to make. Bye, everybody.
As if this wasn't our favorite thing.
I love this so very much.